In League of Legends, data is everywhere. You have so many different ingest points by which you can aggregate into some sort of system. Communication and gameplay, all of the ranked solo queue play, everything that your competitors are playing, the VODs of every scrim. How many times did you walk over a ward while you were in scrims? All of the scouting internationally for every other region. Analytics is so important.
One of my hopes coming here to Team Liquid is to be able to grow even further as a player and learn some new things, and the goals of Team Liquid goes well in line with my own ones, and that's really exciting.
The goal is to actually be able to dig through the data points that do matter, filter them in the right way, be able to present it to players and coaches, and have that create some sort of meaningful advantage in the way that we train and learn so that we can improve our play. Today, that's what our current analysts are trying to do, but they don't have a piece of software that allows the calculation of these things to happen more efficiently and effectively. That's what the power of working with SAP is going to do.
I mean, even though we won back-to-back championship, it's not like an easy achievement, and anything can really happen in next year. We start from the beginning again. So try to replicate the same results in NA, and then, hopefully we can do better internationally this time around.
I want to win, and SAP is going to help us get there. We decided to start an early boot camp with Jensen and Broxa, working together to develop that mid-jungle synergy.
I think having a solid mid-jungle duo is really important, because if your mid and jungle meshes well together, if they can play a good early game, then often you will be able to get pressure way more than you can if you impact the side lane. It's just a really good base for a good early game.
Mid lane can impact both line. He can choose go top or go bottom. If our mid lane is winning, we can control side line pretty well. If our bottom is winning, we can dive. Our bottom is losing, we can cover. That's why mid player is most important in the game.
I think me and Broxa are just working on playing well together as mid jungle. I think we're both trying to just bring back that old style of ours where we just play a lot through mid and then make sure that we can work together as a team.
Communication, early game, mid game. How do you say things? How do you receive that information? How do you communicate back? Just getting a comfort level with it.
It's going to take a little bit of time and a bit of work for me and Jensen to be fully comfortable with each other, but both of us are ready to put in the work to get there, and that's really exciting.
I think it's important that you have not only just a healthy working relationship, but also just a good friendship with your teammates, because it's easier to connect with them. A big reason of why I like playing League of Legends and competing is just the joy that comes from playing together with your teammates. It's pretty important that you're good friends with them, because otherwise, playing is just gonna feel miserable.
Mid jungle always play together and then make play together and then understand each other. Also they eat together, and then if they want go out together, I think they will just stay together. I think it's helpful for their relationship.
I think we play pretty well together as of right now, but we'll have to see when we play against real humans. I mean, solo queue is solo queue, and if we're duo queue and they're not duo queue, then we should win. So far so good, and I think he's a nice guy, so far it's been good.
So going into the 2020 season, there's been a number of changes, mostly impacting the jungle, right? There's a lot of dragon changes, there's a lot of buffs associated with the dragons, and there's been a lot of initial thoughts that jungle will just matter much more.
I think right now early game is going to be incredibly important, maybe even more important than it was. Therefore, me and Jensen getting mid synergy is going to be a really key step towards getting some good early games and thereby winning a lot of games in the LCS. I think that comes down to many things: synergy, draft, playstyle, pathing. There's a lot of factors that play into it. I think as a jungler, there are a couple of things for me to really focus on from an analytical perspective. One obviously being jungle pathing, how to path on different champions, how to path into X and Y champion, and base timing, making sure that I don't base with too much gold and base at the right time in order to come back from base and pressure. Drakes are really important, especially now in the current meta. Drakes are very strong.
Now, if you get 4 dragons, it's a pretty big win condition. I don't really know how to feel about the change, if it means there's going to be more fighting or less fighting, but I'm hoping that the game will be more interesting and there'll be more fighting around dragons.
I feel like League is still missing a bit more in-depth stats. Most of the analytical tools that are available are like base stats, like Drakes taken or KDAs or something like this, but there's a limit to how much information you can actually get from that and use that for.
I think looking at like teams' habits and tendencies is like what I could see being the most useful. Baron, start timers, how many scuttle craps the enemy team takes, average buff time kills, or like how much a jungler invades camps.
I think for me as a jungler, something that's really important is pathing and having a tool that helps scout the opponent's pathing or come up with new pathings myself. How to play against them and how to use them could be really interesting and really give me a good chance to improve as a player, and I'm looking forward to that.
There's just so much to learn and so much to figure out. The beauty of this is that there's a huge opportunity to improve sports analytics or esports analytics. I hope it also gives us an ability to provide a better environment for learning to happen. And that's not just the people, it's the software. And it may take some time to develop and integrate and figure it out, what data is meaningful and not, and fine-tune this, but once it's ready, it's going to be extremely powerful. All of these things will hopefully lead to us being more competitive and having a leg up on the competition. Like, they may be thinking of how to do this and build their in-house team of developers, but we're working with freaking SAP. Mic drop. Good luck, right? And so, no, it's not a secret. There's sports analytics in every other professional sport. It's just that we're gonna do it better. And that's the goal.